Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
And today we're reviewing Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes. Last night's episode.
Yes.
I know we didn't do last week's, but it was really bad.
There was nothing to talk about.
Excuse me, there would have been nothing to talk about.
No. Let's see. I think we discussed that the best thing that happened was that Robot Zari and Robot Sarah were working together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the episode got a little good, like a little okay to watch.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
but
honestly,
then Zari turned on Sarah and they just made Sarah into a killing machine.
Yeah.
But I am crossing fingers that maybe Zari is just playing the long con on Evil Gideon and just wanted the CPU upgrade and will turn on the others and revert Sarah.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm crossing my fingers for the double backstab betrayal, you know.
But, yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't remember what happened last week because it was so bad.
It was. Nate sounded like a rubber ball.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, no, it was a bad episode.
Oh yeah, that I do remember a little bit of it, I guess, but
yeah,
where it was the robot legends, the doppelganger.
The one thing I know is red is bad. We better hurry, or they're all gonna live. No,
it was just so like. It wasn't
so bad.
It was so bad. It just didn't flow well. It was just not like we would have just ranted about how much we didn't like it if we did a review on it, and we didn't want to do that. I mean, it's okay in a review to like talk about the bad things and talk about the things you didn't like and critique them and stuff, you know, because that's what you do when you watch something.
Right.
You talk about the things that you like and didn't like about it. Or if you just loved it completely, then you talk about that. But like, we didn't want to spend the whole review just ranting and not having anything to talk about because there really wasn't anything to talk about.
Like we've done that. We've done seasons
it
of that, and I think we're kind of tired of that.
Like Black Lightning.
Once upon a time. And I'm sorry, but for me, Supernatural.
Especially in the last few seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Supernatural was good like up to about season 11. And then the last like 4 seasons, I'm just like,
Well, there were pretty good arcs within the last 4 seasons.
There were good arcs and stuff, but like it just didn't have the same vibes.
Yeah.
It just was different. And you know, don't get me started on the last episode.
Yeah, no. Okay, so question for you. What aspect of this episode screams Survivor? Because I got lost right away.
I was so lost watching it. I'm just like, what the heck is going on right now?
I was so confused as to why Spooner thought it'd be okay. Like, this is Survivor now. Whichever team I end up on, I'm gonna end up backstabbing anyways. I'm just gonna run around bare ass naked. Like,
yeah, like she was talking to the camera like they do in Survivor, and other shows, reality shows. But yeah, I mean, I was lost for most of it. All I really focused on in the episode was Astra and Behrad.
Yes. Dude, did you notice as soon as Sarah picked up the glass, she acted slightly different? Then she sat down and started to put on the earrings. She went full fucking Kardashian, and I was like, I am not
like their voices. This. I'm like, why is Nate talking like that? Why is
right? Like
he's like, I never said that.
Why is Nate the only one changing his accent? Why is
he
he
like
becoming
New York, like New Jersey, Boston-y accent? I'm like, what the heck are you doing right now?
right? Seriously, like I don't understand. I don't understand.
I mean,
why.
if it was supposed to be patterned after like Real Housewives of like New Jersey, then that would make sense that he'd be talking that way because that's kind of how they talk in New Jersey.
Right.
At least from what I know about it. I've never
right from like
there, but
right.
yeah. So
like from like TV and stuff. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't watch the Real Housewife shit. Heck no.
No. Neither do I. But I mean, I guess I did have a little bit of fun with this episode. Like you, I was lost for most of it, but I had fun being lost.
Yeah, like it was more enjoyable than last week's.
Yeah, last week's was
even though this one was also kind of a shit show, like it's still like was more enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
Just because like they were full on going crazy because they were in this demon reality show and like it just was all over the place, but it had some good moments in it. So
right. It did. It had some really good moments in it. And like I don't know, I think like we were talking a little bit beforehand, like Bayrod being sober. Like I was saying before I started the review, Bayrod had found a bit of his he found his stash in the first couple episodes when they found these like the hidden survival stash that they made, the Time Bureau manual, everything like that in the beginning, right? So he found a stash with it. So I guess we kind of led to assume he's been snacking on that stash and
mm-hmm.
And like so I first episode that he spent completely so
yeah.
I don't know, like I think they kind of good job of giving him a little bit of a personality in the beginning of it, like
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like I'm a follower to make sure she's okay. But then I understand that he's got a lot of like emotion wrapped around in the keeping up with the Taurasi.
Yeah.
Like I mean, that just led it to my whole Sarah Wayne Kardashians when it was keeping up with Taurasi's like come on, man. Like
yeah.
But the fact that they passed him, like I don't know, made me feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I like the fact that when he got
he doesn't
real
know
with
who he is.
Astra, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like I like the fact that when he got real with Astra, that's when it all ended. Like the curse was broken, So
right.
Yeah.
Like at the same time, I'm just like I understand if as an adult he doesn't know who he is without the gummies,
Right.
But like he was a child when the TV show started, So identity So he shouldn't be as lost as much as of a void that they seem to be making him out to be.
Right.
Because, I mean, you form your identity when you're like, what, 7, when the person of who you are is truly formed, and then you grow older, it matures, right? Something like that.
I think so, yeah.
Like, so, I mean, not knowing who you are as an adult, but like who you are as a person already ingrained in him, because he what at least he had to have been already of college age or close when they started the TV show, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what they make it out. That's how they make it out to seem. So, like, how do you not have some sort of idea of her? Like, I enjoyed him like expressing his feelings and everything like that. Amazing, but my problem with it is that it felt hollow for me. I don't know what part of it did, but the only part of him that felt real when he was being truthful with Astra was the ending.
Yeah.
When he laid it all bare for the entire team, I was just like, this doesn't feel like what they're going for.
Right.
This feels hollow, empty, and why does this work?
Yeah. So let's see here for the personality like age thing. I was like looking that up. So I think it starts like around that time, and then like it, matures through adolescence and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But so it's like it emerges in the truest sense only as adolescence approaches. These traits don't appear in a clear and consistent manner until your tween years. Before then, you can look at children's behavior as reactions to other personalities around them, whereas behavioral responses occur starting around 11 and 12 years old.
Yeah. And we've established that this reality show took place after that point.
Right.
So the person of who he is has been established. I understand not knowing who you are now because of that, but like the way he worded it makes it sound like he has no personality because he's not Behrad, you know? And it's like, but that's not true. There's an aspect to him that's already there and has been formed. I don't know. Like, to me, that kind of just hit wrong. And I don't know why that like bothered me so much, but yeah.
No, I can see that. That like it just didn't feel genuine is what you're saying.
Yeah, like the when he like bared his soul for all to see, I was like, that felt really hollow. But then when you were all like talking with Astra, that felt real. But that's the same you with like, why did that version of you with no personality?
I think it was because he was still like in that moment, he was flustered, and he's like, I just wanted to ask you out. Like, I just wanted to do this. And then all these things happened. And like, he was still kind of like trying to like figure it out probably in his mind. And, he's never done that in the place that he's in right now, like being sober and being the way that he's acting and feeling. And so this is like a completely new thing for him and a completely new experience. And so, like, I still liked that when he was being real, like, when
Yeah.
it first broke. But
Like, I enjoyed that they went for it.
yeah, but I understand what you're saying. So
Yeah.
I liked the other scene after that better, but
Yeah.
the other one was still good. So
Yeah, I'm glad that they're going to put forward with a sober version of him. I want to. That was one of the biggest gripes, right, that I've had since he started, is he has no personality. He's just this dude. Like,
yeah, and I'm
so
happy that
high.
I mean, this season he's really been starting to like do better at that.
Yeah.
And have more of a personality and like be more an integrated part of the team and actually like help them and like do good, like actually, you know, think and like do things for them.
Instead of like, I'm so high, I'm gonna F up
Yeah,
like horribly
and
right now.
so
Oh, I helped the plot.
yeah, and I mean, regardless of how Gideon and Gary are, I mean, they're okay. Like,
I think even though it's like,
I don't hate them.
I thought my favorite line is, but my butt. But my butt. Like, it made me want to throw up, but at the same time I laughed so damn hard.
She's obsessed with his little bottom.
He's like, but the one thing that,
she's
like,
obsessed with his bottom.
right? His cute little bottom. I'm like, no. Every time they showed his chest, I wanted to vomit. That third nipple is so gross.
That has to be fake.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It looks real, but like,
they did so
really,
well on it.
are there people that really have third nipples?
Yeah. Most of the time it's formed from when there were twins and then one of them consumed the other.
Oh.
And so it's like left. It was that possessed nipple, remember, from a couple seasons ago? Yeah. Why he still is, he finds it awesome.
Chandler's supposed to have a third nipple too, apparently, on Friends. He has like a nubbin.
That was never confirmed though, right?
No, like they mention it and talk about it. I know it's saying my internet's unstable, but like I turned my Wi-Fi off on my phone.
Yeah. I usually confirm. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, like it threw me off so hard, like seeing that again. I was like, oh, like I was sitting here eating and I was just like, yeah, no.
I'm like, what?
What?
I was like, what? When I saw his third nipple.
Right. But I don't know. I think that the team should have, I don't know, they're sorry to Gideon at the end. Felt a little like, oh yeah, no, we're sorry, Gideon. Like, you know? Like, I wanted it to feel more genuine. Because as much as I don't want to admit it, you know, like, I think by now we've established I firmly do not like this relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sweet at times. It really is. There were times in this episode where I was like, oh, that's so adorable. But like, in general, overall, I have yet to like this relationship. I
Gary
don't
and Gideon.
Yeah, I'm not a shipper as of right now. I am hard set against it. I like aspects, but I dislike the majority of it. Because to me it doesn't feel genuine yet. I think when it does start to feel genuine, then I'll start being okay with it.
Yeah. Because I mean, he did say he loved her.
Yeah, but that was also, I think a lot of that was also the show.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's never,
I think if they can actually, yeah, like I think that if they can actually be like, they can actually commit and actually like have it become more than just sleeping together.
Yeah.
And just like casual sex or whatever, then, and actually have an actual relationship, then I would be more supportive of it.
Right. But I did like how Gary grabbed everyone and was like, look, this is not okay.
Yeah.
Like I liked how he stood up for her in that aspect. And he's like, look, she didn't screw up. You guys are doing this to her. And it's not okay. And I really liked that. Like, that was great execution on that end of it. But like I was saying, the end of the "oh, I'm sorry" didn't feel real. It felt completely like, oh yeah, no, we're so sorry about that. Like, just forget it was done. Like, I know that it was like that they reacted a lot like that because of the show. The demon show.
Yeah.
But I still wanted a more genuine "I'm so sorry that we reacted this way." Like, this is actually, like, this is fine. You're figuring out what it's like to be human. You're not a child. Like, you know. I'm talking too much. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, I mean, like,
talk a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. It's just, like I said, you know, when it gets to that point with them, then I can be more supportive of it. But until that, I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
I'm glad that Sarah and Ava had a conversation and that she apologized for how she treated her with like the mission stuff and giving her too much and all that.
Yeah.
And you know, when in the promise that she made to him.
Yes.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting in the next episode because, like I said, the guy in the promo said that's a fixed point. So you can't change that. Like, they're going to do whatever they can to change it, but that's supposed to happen and it's going to happen.
Yeah, like,
and yeah,
I'm vastly confused. Gideon's like, no, I'm a supercomputer who's trying to fix all of history, right? Like, all of history needs to be fixed, you know? Just fixed.
Yeah.
And let's start with stopping World War One, yeah? Let's do it. You know? It's just no. Like, how does that feel in her gut? Like, the right thing to do, stopping World War One. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Why?
They're not going to be able to stop World War One.
No.
And if they do, it's going to make things even way more messed up with the timeline, because a fixed point in time, like, you mess that up, there's
I mean,
no
we saw
fixing
what
it.
happened in Doctor Who.
Yeah, there's no fixing that
No.
without some severe consequences.
Yeah. Every timeline and reality converged in one moment in time. Like, that's not okay. That's not how this
Yeah,
works.
like, you don't mess with fixed points in time.
No.
The Legends should know this by now because they've been doing this for 7 years. And they're still trying to freaking stop save Franz Ferdinand to stop World War I. Like, no. I'm sorry, but I can't get on board with that. Like, I know that it's a war and that it's supposed to happen, and we don't want wars to happen, but like, there's nothing we can do.
Maybe because that's how they captured the time shift.
Maybe.
Like, maybe that's why Gideon has that feeling, because that's probably one of the more craziest stunts they could pull. And in attempting to stop that, it would summon the other ship, and they might be ready to get on board.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm looking. I mean, I like the fact that they're going back to that time period because you get to see all the period costumes and all that, and that's always fun to see and, like, you know, see that world and everything.
Right.
But I just don't. It's not a good idea for them to try to stop that from happening.
No.
So I guess
I mean,
we'll see
so
what
many
occurs.
amazing things happened in World War One.
Yeah.
And because of it.
I mean, that was like the height of inventions in our country and like the world and like all this stuff. I mean, the turn of the century was like the time for innovation.
Right. And I mean, like, not to mention the historical significance of the Christmas armistice.
Yeah.
Like, the idea of be friends. You know, like, even without all the inventions and stuff, I think that one day would be worth it.
Yeah, the armistice?
Wasn't that World War One? Or was that World War Two?
Oh, the one where like they all like Winston Churchill and all them like got together. Is that what you're talking about? Like the
yeah, they stopped for Christmas celebrated. World War One or Two?
Oh yeah, I think that was World War One. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just for that moment, I think.
Yeah, I think the Christmas armistice. Yeah, the.
I mean, and then without that, you wouldn't have World War II, which, yes, that would. I mean, you might have had World War II.
Yeah, Armistice
World
Day
War
was
but
Friday. Was November 11th. In 1918. So, yeah. So it was World War
like, I mean, what World War One meant to the people who fought in World War II, like, I mean, if it wasn't for World War One, America would have joined World War II a lot sooner.
Yeah.
So if there's no World War One, then World War II would have ended a lot sooner than it did. And we wouldn't, or it might not have, because maybe our ships were in a better position for the Japanese attack. Or maybe the Japanese bombed somewhere else that we weren't actually, like, that was a better military target for them and actually crippled us. Like, stopping World War One and making World War like the significant
Yeah.
ramifications of that.
Mm-hmm.
What if the Allies? What if they stop World War One, and because of that, World War Two is formed by Axis, who rules the world now? Like that, because they stopped World War One. Now Hitler rules. Like that would, I mean, that would not legitimately cool storyline.
Yeah.
Not the point is, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are fixed points. There are made moments in history where things happen and they need to happen for specific reasons, and without like
Yeah.
we helped the British a lot sooner. We would have, like, because we've been so war heavy at that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Like, I have so many opinions about that.
Yeah.
I love it, so
I know. Hang on a second.
And war and stuff is like I like death, a lot of it. I like it. It's something I enjoy studying.
Sorry. Yeah, so World War II or World War I and that time period in general were just really important to like the history of everything that came after that. And so yeah, it's like a fixed point in time that you should not mess with. So I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm like really really scared that they're gonna like mess everything up. So
Right.
you know, because they're supposed to be fixing history and like saving history.
Yeah.
And if they try to change a fixed point in time, they know the consequences because they've done that kind of stuff before. So I don't know why Gideon is like, we have to stop World War One. Like, what the heck? Is she being influenced by something? Like, I don't
know if that's you or me. But Rip's family died was a fixed point in time. We've been through this in season. We've already tried this.
That's
on a much smaller scale.
That's what I'm freaking saying. I'm like,
a grander scale would work.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like so scared. Like, please don't mess things up and ruin the show.
Like, what if they save the Archduke or whatever is the bishop guy,
Archduke
whatever?
Ferdinand. Yeah.
Okay.
Franz Ferdinand.
Save this Archdude. Okay. They save Archie.
His name was actually Franz Ferdinand, but he was like the Archduke of Russia or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So what if they save Archie, but then some other dude ends up dying that starts World War One? Like, you just gonna go around saving a bunch of these dudes that were important to World War One? Like,
okay, so basically, I think you're kind of right in what you were saying about it, because it says in the description, the episode's called The Fixed Point next week, and it says the Legends are tired of being chased by an evil AI and her robo soldiers. So Sarah decides to create an aberration that will allow the team to take back the evil Wave Rider. However, the Legends find themselves in a bar for time travelers and quickly learn that this fixed point is popular with time travelers, leaving Sarah questioning her odds at winning. With Behrad and Astra growing closer, Zari and Spooner are forced to awkwardly interact with each other and then it cuts off. But yeah, so.
Well, at least we're gonna get to see Spooner interact with someone other than Astra.
Yeah, because
so
Astra and Behrad are growing closer.
Yes. So we're gonna get to see the two other females that we don't really get to see much of, like we're gonna get to see how they react to each other.
Right.
And see if in a similar wavelength.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say?
I don't think so. Let's see here. Yeah, I was just trying to read more of the description, but basically, yeah, they're doing that. But she creates an aberration to try to get the evil Wave Rider back. So we shall see what happens, I suppose.
Right.
Overall, I mean, I think I'd give this episode like a 3 out of 5.
Yeah. 3 out of 5 would,
3.5. Last week's probably like a 2.
I don't know, 0.5.
What was it?
Like half of the episodes, half of last week's episode sucked ass, and then the part that didn't got like after programming.
Okay, so 1 star then. This episode was at least somewhat decent.
The only part that they didn't, the only part of, like I was saying at the beginning of the review with Computer Zari, that I'm hoping for is the like double lab actually really on the side of good of, the other version of Sarah. They still have the plans for the nuclear, for the
atomic bomb.
No, how to the proper way of destroying or diluting materials so that they can be absorbed by the natural a lot more better without harming the environment and the people. Woman was trying to sell. When she came up with the way to do that. So still on the ship.
Yeah.
So I want that loose end tied. More than I want the backstab Zari, I need that loose end tied up.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll probably get that at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know how many more episodes they're doing for this season. They only have up to 13 listed on TV time, and usually they do about 15 episodes, so we'll see. But if that's if they're only doing 13, then we only have 4 more episodes of the season.
Damn.
If they're doing 15 episodes, then we have 6 more.
Right.
Because next week is episode 10. So
hard to believe that it's already this close to being over.
I know. I mean, I think it'll be a longer season, but they just have up to 13 listed. So I don't know.
Right.
We'll see.
I mean, Legends is known for long hiatuses, so maybe it's going to be another hiatus, and they have like the last 3 or 4 later.
I mean, they took not that long of a break, like a month break.
Right. But maybe like I'm saying, maybe they take another one because this one wasn't so long.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. But I think that's all I got.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So I guess
until next time, always stay true
to who you are.